What's going on, Javier Lobby? It's your boy Javier with the Javier Show. Make sure you say it twice. All right, we back with Tom Macdonald, and this time it's Dear Rappers, and I'm gonna give my reactions to it because it was highly recommended by so many of you, and I had to check it out. And this will be my first reaction, so I didn't listen to the song at all, but we're gonna see how it goes. So stay tuned.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, finally reached over 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank all of you. I can't say it enough, and I've said it other times, and I'm gonna say it again. Thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe. I work really hard on a lot of this, and I just appreciate that people find value in the content enough to subscribe and watch my videos. So kudos to you. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm Javier. If you value the content and you enjoy it, I ask that you please take just a second to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. You get notified every time I upload a video. And also, just hit the like button as well and share it to somebody you think will find value in it. Now, without further ado, what y'all came here for is actually the reaction to Tom Macdonald, Dear Rappers. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get right into it and see how it goes. So wish me luck.
Man, it's easy for these rappers who have it all. Talk about the days when they used to be sad. I guess I can't relate to being famous and wealthy. I'm 28 and still praying for the day I have a chance. Maybe y'all can help me out, though.
All right, so we jump right into it. You know, sometimes music has what you call like some music playing at the very beginning, and then it takes a little moment for you to actually get to the rapping. Tom Macdonald decides that he wants to jump straight into it and address what we here for, Dear Rappers, and that's what he's talking about. And I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. I'm gonna go back to the very beginning of it because I want to make sure I'm hearing exactly what he's saying. But that was my first impression, and I found it very, very good start off.
Man, it's easy for these rappers who have it all. Talk about the days when they used to be sad. I guess I can't relate to being famous and wealthy. I'm 28 and still praying for the day I have a chance. Maybe y'all.
All right, so from what he's talking about right now, and I guess this is an older video, but what he's talking about, all of these rappers who got all of these millions of dollars, the chains, the watches, the big houses, the fancy cars, the women, it's so easy for them to sit back and reflect on not having anything and coming from nothing. And yet he's saying from his position right now, he's 28 and he's just want to know if he got a chance. And apparently, you know, if any of y'all been following Tom Macdonald, I know many of y'all have, Hangover Gang, shout out, but you know, Tom Macdonald has climbed that ladder. He's keep climbing, but he's at this moment in this song talking about just wanting to have a chance. You know what I mean? So a lot of people can resonate with that. Doesn't matter what part of life you are in now. There's a place that you want to get, and you're hoping that you even have the chance to reach it. And we could anybody can relate to that.
Y'all can help me out, though. I'm just trying to take care of my household. I don't even want to make my mouth go. I just want to win before the system that I'm in gets a hold of me again and starts to squeeze under my chin until I'm out cold.
Woo. Tom Macdonald said he just want to take care of his household. You know, how many people who just want to take care of home, the people they love and care about? So many of us, right? And sometimes it's not about the fancy cars and the gold grill in the mouth and all of this stuff you can buy with the money. Sometimes it's about just taking care of home, making sure the people you care about have the best things that you can possibly give them in life. And that's good of motivation as any, if not the best motivation. So what is money but a tool? Money is a tool to help you achieve the things that you care mostly about. And family and the people around you should be that is what you care most about. And I think that's what Tom Macdonald gets. That's what he's talking about here. And so far, I'm gonna say I like the beat, I like the rhyme and the flow. So far, could be better, and I hope it gets better, but we'll see.
It's a hold of me again and starts to squeeze under my chin until I'm out cold. Dear rappers, can you help me? I'll even take a selfie with your album that I bought. I got every
Woo! Dear rappers, can you help me? I even take a selfie with that album. Hey, and then he's right there with the Eminem album. yo, talk about desperation. Talk about, you know, just wanting the attention. Just trying to get some feedback. Just let me know how I'm doing here, you know. But I really like how he his voice did a change up right there. It became strained. It felt as if he was like trying to scream but couldn't scream, but you can feel the emotion in it as he started rapping right there. That was a good transition, definitely.
can you help me? I'll even take a selfie with your album that I bought. I got every single CD that you ever fucking dropped. I spent everything I had and I never had a lot. Oh my God, what a mess.
Yo, I was this reminds me what he just said, right? This reminds me when I was a kid and I was in the store and I wanted to buy a Lil Wayne mixtape or album. I think it was Stuntin' Like My Daddy or something of that sort. And I had to be maybe like 14 years old. And my father was with me and he said it was my birthday and I wanted to buy this album. And my dad said, why would you buy this album? And on the front of the album, there was Lil Wayne and I think Baby, and they had all of this money. And I remember thinking to myself, that's how I want to be when I grow up. That's what I want. And I was rapping at the time and I was doing music. I started rapping when I was 9 years old. And I wanted so bad to get that album. And my dad said, why would you give this rapper all of this money just so they can turn around and throw the money right back into your face on this album? And it made me think psychologically, and it always stuck with me. I don't even know if my daddy remembers this, but I remember it. And this is what I'm getting from this actual bars right now that he's spitting right now. He bought all of the mixtapes, all of the albums, and he spent all of his money on it. He didn't even have a lot. Let you know, make you think, right? I'm gonna rewind a little bit.
Thing I had and I never had a lot. Oh my God, what a mess. Your words help me deal with the stress. Used to contemplate my suicide the nights I was depressed.
Now this is deep, right? For what I've learned, Tom Macdonald has dealt with a lot of suicide thoughts and depression and alcohol abuse or just drug abuse. And so many times what people don't understand about music is music can be uplifting and it can also tear you down. And for all of those artists who take the time to really put a lot of work and invest in their craft so that they can reach people and people can take that music and allow it to be something to channel through success or channel through all of the pain that they're going through and overcome. And so many artists do that. And which artists do it, you got to pick and choose because different artists touch people differently. But he's expressing that point right there because he said, I invested so much time and effort into buying this music because it was helping me. It was getting me through the rough times and the hard times. And that's why I invested in these things. So that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting.
Suicide the nights I was depressed. Used to pop you in the boombox and sit up on my desk. Listen to your music till I felt it in my chest. But
woo! I've been there. We've all been there. Now, so many of you, I've seen it in the comment section where so many of you say, Tom Macdonald helped me through this. And I suffered and I went through this as well. Somebody just wrote in the comment section maybe a few days ago and told me how they suffer from alcohol abuse and that their skin was turning colors and they had damaged their liver and things of that sort. And they had recovered and they had been clean for 3 years. And I just want to say, every time y'all share a story like that, especially because you're channeling it through something like Tom Macdonald is doing, and you're allowing that to share your story, you're helping somebody. Somebody will read that and get the strength to do the same thing. And I'm just happy that a lot of y'all are alive and survive to actually tell y'all story. And music like this helps people all the time. And it can never, ever be underestimated how much music like this helps people. Oh, I accidentally went too far back. All right, let's get it.
Thing I had and I never had a lot. Oh my God, what a mess. Your words help me deal with the stress. Used to contemplate my suicide the nights I was depressed. Used to pop you in the boombox and sit up on my desk. Listen to your music till I felt it in my chest. But these days it's like you don't have nothing left. Your music feels
I just got to that part, but gosh, like they ain't got nothing left. A lot of them ain't got nothing left. Believe that. So many people sell out. So many people just start giving you dog water because they feel like they didn't made it. They don't really have that drive and they don't have ambition to talk about the real issues and the substance and to really give you something you can feel in your chest. Like Tom Macdonald just said, there ain't nothing left. And I can understand why he's pissed. And, good on him. Good on him for calling that out.
It's like you don't have nothing left. Your music feels kind of like you're trying to write a check. Everything is digital. I mean no disrespect, but I'm paying even more and you give me even less. What the fuck? You talk.
Dear rappers. Dear rappers. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Hitting it home. I'm going to say the beat is nice, but I don't like the beat that much. The beat is irrelevant on this. Like he could have did this a cappella and I would have still liked the verses. He didn't really need the beat as much, but the beat is nice. It's just not anything to be excited about, but that's okay.
give me even less. What the fuck? You taught me to think, you taught me to grow, you taught me the things to survive on my own. But now you teach me to drink, you teach me to smoke, you teach me to think. Every woman's a hoe. I don't.
Woo! Amen. Can I get an amen? I mean, look, I don't say amen too often, but can I get an amen? What is it about all of these rappers and the drugs and the popping pills and the drinking and all of the tattoos and just the negativity and the degradation of women and just what is it? Why is it that what people want? Why is that considered the pinnacle of success or something to brag about or be happy about? And people are listening to this. There are people going through real life situations every single day. Can you give them something that uplifts them? Something that brings the best out of them? Can you? I feel you, Tom Macdonald, dear rappers.
I want your Xanax bars or your fancy foreign cars. Throw your money in my face and try to tell me that it's art. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah. Just a drug addict on TV. I can't hear it.
All right. Not a big fan of the bridge right there. I don't know if it's considered a chorus or not, but definitely not a big fan of it, but I hear what he's saying. And also, I really like that end part, just a drug addict on TV. That's deep. That's deep.
Another fucking song about abusing medication that I had to take just to stay alive. There's more important shit than what you wear and where you live and who you fucking, what you drink and what you spend and what you drive. Right?
Woo! All right. I say woo a lot. I gotta stop saying woo, but that makes me say woo because man, I feel like I'm Ric Flair up in here. Because man, there is so much more. Why is it that so many people measure their success on how much dollar bills they got, how many fancy cars they have? What about, are you taking care of your kids? Are you taking care of your mom and your dad and your family members? Are you being that person in their life that they can go to and rely on? Are you standing on values and principles and things that will be good for a community? Those are the things that should measure success. That is success. Having monetary things is not always success. There are people who are richer than rich and still commit suicide and suffer from drug addiction and all of these things. That is not your measure of success. And for the life of me, I just hope that Tom Macdonald's message and the things that he raps about and the lifestyle that he chose continues to sustain him and sustain everybody who listens to it and uplift them and keep them, out of those dark places that many people have come from and suffer from, and actually getting a daily dose of every day that they cut on the television or the radio.
What you drink and what you spend and what you drive. Rappers full of bullshit. Rappers just a marketing vehicle for the product that the man wants you to buy. Rap about a full clip. Rappers just promoting different liquors and varieties of ways that you could die.
Woo! Yeah. Man, I've been talking about this on my channel for a long time. Now, I am not trying to get any clout of watching Tom Macdonald videos, but I will say, man, I put out a mixtape and it was talking about very complex issues, and I put it in a very creative way, and it didn't resonate with people. And then I came out with a mixtape talking about some of the negative stuff and all that, just to prove a point. And it shows that people would rather listen to music about drugs and being in the club and all of these things than actually getting substance. And sometimes positivity doesn't always sell as much as negativity. We know that, but this is important to pay attention to, because you have to understand what is your audience and why does your audience desire what they desire. And if your audience is desiring negativity, then maybe you have to tell your audience that maybe they have their priorities mixed up, and it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to get them out of that place. And I'm not saying all the rappers who do these things and talk about these negativities aren't actually being active in their communities and trying to help people, but at the same time, you cannot give people a cure while at the same time giving them the poison. That makes no sense at all. Deep.
The ways that you could die, yeah. Dear rappers, can you help me? Are you almost out of alcohol to sell me? Tell me, cause drinking every night can be the way to getting wealthy. If I'm really being honest, all the shit is overwhelming. I need someone to look up to. Yeah. You're living in a country that elected Donald Trump. You're living in a country where police are killing people every day, and all you want to talk about is doing drugs. You've been blinded by the money. You've been blinded.
He gonna spit all the way through this. I know he had the little bridge earlier. It might come back, but he's spitting all the way through this, and everything is hitting home. Everything matters. If you pay attention to every single lyric, it makes sense. And he's making a lot of points that you got to pay attention to. And I love this, and I'm gonna listen to it again after I get finished with this reaction. But I love this. I love this. I love this. Good job, Tom Macdonald. So far, I am with it. I am with it, and I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, as far as certain, there are certain things going on in the country, and big things are happening, and so many things are changing, and we have big issues to focus on. And yet there are some people who just want to talk about how much drugs they took. There are some people who just want to promote violence. They're not really aware of what's going on around them. And if they're not aware of what's going on around them, how much damage can they do to people that they are influencing? How much damage can they do to the people who are listening to them and are not interested in the big issues or interested in the things that they can do to actually uplift themselves and other people? You got to pay attention to that. That's important.
Drugs, you've been blinded by the money, you've been blinded by the cars, you've been blinded by the women, don't know who the fuck you are. Thought I knew you when I spent $100 on a ticket to your show, and now I feel like you stole my fucking money and I'm broke. Man, you taught us how to rap, and you taught us how to dress, and you taught us how to act if we wanted to impress. Now you're teaching me to live like I know you never would. What you're preaching to these kids is keeping them inside the hood.
Yes. What you teaching them is keeping them in the hood. Let me tell you, like I said, when I bring it back to that story earlier, when I was asking my dad for that album or whatever, and it had all the money on it, they were talking about stunting and all of that stuff, right? A year later, or maybe some change later, I don't know exactly the time frame off the top of my head right now, I was arrested. I was out there living all of that lifestyle and stuff. I was arrested twice back to back. I was almost off probation. I would have been off probation 2 days later, the moment I got arrested for an armed robbery charge. So, I was trying to mimic a lot of what people consider to be popular amongst my peers. And we drunk from the well of these rappers, and we ate up what they said. We thought they were cool. We thought that they had the secrets to success and to fame and to the women and all of these things. And we bought it and we ate it up. And most of us went to jail, and most of us didn't graduate high school, and so much and so on. And people are still suffering from that mentality today. Yes. It is true. Don't let anybody tell you that these people don't have influence, because they know they have influence, and they're using it in the wrong way. And how many of these young kids are buying their mixtapes and their albums and eating this stuff up, keeping them in the hood, keeping them in that mindset and trap? Yes.
These kids is keeping them inside the hood.
Your Xanax bars or your fancy foreign cars, throw your money in my face and try to tell me that it's art. No, just a drug addict. I don't want your Xanax bars or your fancy foreign cars, throw your money in my face and try to tell me that it's art. No.
Okay, like I said, I don't really like the whole singing part, but I do like the no, and I like the part about the drug addict on TV. I really like that part, and like I said, it's always a mixed bag. Some things will sound good to you, some things won't. Everybody has their own taste in music. My personal opinion, I don't really like the singing part that much compared to all the verses and the lyrics. I really appreciate that. Like I said, the beat is not an amazing beat, but it doesn't have to be. The message hits home. This song right here is about the message, and it's about the flow and the lyrics. That's what you should be paying attention to in this song, and I think that is what resonates with everybody who loves this song.
No.
That's a good part.
Drug addict on TV.
Yeah. You know what? After listening to the beat by itself like that, it sounds pretty good. It's a laid back beat. It's cool. Pretty dope. Like I said, but the beat is not that important when it comes to this song. What's most important is the message and the lyrics. And I thank all of y'all for listening, because I think that was a good song. And I give that a shout out. I think I'll give that song maybe my personal opinion 7 out of 10 when it comes to the Tom Macdonald songs that I've heard. I really enjoyed it. I really think that the message is home. If I had to give it a score based on purely the message and the lyrics, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think it needs to be heard. I think it needs to be said. And trust me, I feel it 100%. And look, I'm not trying to promote myself, but go check out my song F Rap the N-word. If you go check it out on my playlist under Forgotten Soldier Mixtape, it's the second to last song. Go check it out if you are interested to hear what I flow like and what my sound is like and what my message is. But that regardless, if you don't go listen to that at all, I just enjoy listening to Tom Macdonald, and I thank y'all so much for recommending his music to me. And like I said, I got a list, so please write in the comments below, tell me what your thoughts is about the song. If I missed something or if there's something you want me to know about it, let me know. I enjoy reading y'all comments. And if you're new to the channel, if you like and value the content, I ask that you just take the second to hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell, you get notified of all my future videos. It's that simple. Please hit the like button as well. Now, I tell everybody at the end of my show, peace and glory. That means be peaceful and be great. I'm out.
1 in a million to 1 villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen, out in the melting the ceiling.